The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the WZWA Network, and welcome to our review show here of Impact Wrestling's 1000th episode, Impact 1000, 14th of September 2023, from the Westchester County Center in White Plains, New York, just like the last pay-per-view. Okay, 1000 episodes. 1,000 weeks ago, Impact aired on Fox Sports or Fox Sports Net from Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida on the 4th of June, 2004. The landscape was very, very different back then, wasn't it? The energy behind TNA Wrestling as a clear-cut number 2 pro wrestling company was certainly in the air back then, featuring a roster that will certainly, be missed. Narrated by the great Mike Tenay and Don West. From Abyss to, Kid Cash, Eric Young, Bobby Roode, the future Lance Archer, Jerry Lynn, Shane Douglas, R-Truth, Road Dogg, Conan, Jeff Jarrett, Raven, Sabu, America's Most Wanted, The American Dream Baby, Dusty Rhodes, and so many more. 998 episodes have passed since then. And whilst a lot has changed for the now rebranded Impact Wrestling, episode 1000 only gives them a chance to tip the hat to their past and how they managed to survive through all these years, through all the ups and downs, all the changes in management, changes behind the scenes. They are here to show why they are the most underrated pro wrestling products going today, I think. And I thought the intro video to the show kind of made me feel a bit sad over how much has come and gone over the years in pro wrestling, wishing I didn't take TNA and Impact for granted so much. I also feel a bit sad that so much has changed for the company, and it's not as big as it once was. You see footage of that first episode of TNA Impact on Fox Sports Net, and you look at how wild the crowd seemed and how big the crowd seemed, and I don't know. They don't seem to pull those kind of crowd numbers. This was a good crowd, but I don't know. There was so much excitement in the air for them back in those days, and people were really behind them to do something important in pro wrestling. So, here's hoping that they can get back up there again one day. I mean, they have such a great little history. Anyway, let's get on with the show here, eh? Scott D'Amore starts the things off here in the ring, cutting a promo. You're going to have the Impact Wrestling president open the show. After all, Team Canada opened episode 1, so you may as well open episode 1000. He shines a light on the history of Impact, obviously, and of course, then segs into talking about the Impact knockouts of the past, introduces the absolutely ravishing Gail Kim. Aye, Jesus. She airs a video package highlighting the knockouts of the past and present and how they're actually a game changer for women's wrestling, because believe it or not, they actually were. The stuff that Gail and Kong did were the things that instigated what gave NXT the idea to give Emma and Paige an opportunity as well, I'm sure. But they were the ones that started the whole deal, bro. The beautiful people interrupt, which was just very welcome. Let's be perfectly honest, right? That was the team back in the day. Jesus Christ. It was the team back in the day, bro. And they still look amazing. Like, I laughed. I couldn't believe how hot they still look. So this segment here was a bit, I'll get to it. Okay. They run down Gail Kim. They talk about the video package being full of ugly people. Now it's becoming a confrontation. Giselle Shaw interrupts, and I just love that people are allowed to just come out whenever they want, interrupting. Giselle seemingly sucks up to the beautiful people, but then gives a backhanded compliment. And then I believe Velvet Sky said, "Who exactly is good from your generation?" And then Jordan Grace interrupts. ODB gets a shout out. Victoria gets a shout out. Tracy Brooks gets a shout out. Deonna Purrazzo interrupts after Giselle and the beautiful people get called vapid bitches. Trinity then interrupts. It's just like, fuck. Trinity interrupts as Deonna puts down Jordan Grace. Then Trinity brags about being the champion, arrogant. Deonna brags about having 3 title reigns, and then Gail brags about having 7. And then Awesome Kong with Raisha Saeed, they interrupt. This was 20 minutes deep at this point, and that's including the package and Scott D'Amore talking, but we are 20 minutes deep into the show. Saeed asks who'll be bold enough to challenge Awesome Kong, and Tasha Steelz interrupts. And I'm like, how many microphones do they have? Tasha brags about having beat the greatest, and Mickey James interrupts. Dude. It was insanity as it neared 25 minutes in length, but at least the dopamine hit of the theme songs had been tiding me and all the audience over here. All of this was to set up the 5 versus 5 match on the 1001st episode, which is still going to be a celebration of the 1000th episode of Impact Wrestling. Anyway, let's move forward. The segment just ran long, and it's really unlike an Impact Wrestling segment to go that long. Anywho, backstage, Chris Harris and James Storm of America's Most Wanted are there, so that's cool. And I'm assuming that they're wrestling next week, so that's cool. They were talking to Eric Young as Santino Marella, the director of Authority, interrupted, and then Stone Cold Shark Boy walked in after having dropped a beer on the floor. James Storm gave him another beer, but then snatched it off him after Shark Boy became the assistant director of Authority for the next 2 episodes. And Shark Boy, I don't know, I don't think he wrestles much anymore, but he looked pregnant. Like he's got a beer belly on him, but the beer belly looks like he's pregnant. I'm not body shaming. No, just look at him. It looks like someone is pregnant. Fuck. Next, Feast or Fired match. Johnny Swinger, Alpha Bravo, Brian Myers, Heath, Jonathan Gresham, Loretta Kidd, Sammy Callahan, Kushida, Crazy Steve, Black Tories, John Schuyler, Steve Macklin, Joe Henry, Moose, Yuya Uemura, Chris Bay, Buhinda Guja, Kevin Knight, and Jai Vidal. 13 minutes, 34 seconds. First match on the show. Believe it or not, this is the first time I've seen one of these Feast or Fired matches. So I guess also you have to climb the pole and grab one of the briefcases. 4 briefcases, 3 of an opportunity titles, 1 has a pink slip. So look, I'm not gonna go on and on about this match here. Chris Bay managed to get the 3rd briefcase, and he gets over the top to the outside, and he leaves. Okay, very good. And I see Jonathan Gresham's in this match. So now I'll get my answer from the Victory Road review. Wondering what happened to Jonathan Gresham. Also Tasha Steelz. They're both back. Tower Doom spot, whatever. Crazy Steve grabbed case number 1. Wonder where that's all headed. But again, man, these battle royals, these types of matches, everyone is on the outside most of the fucking match, selling, or there's people like just looking over the ring apron, or they're just like laying down, watching, waiting for their next spot. Why wasn't everyone in the fucking ring at the same time at one point in this battle royal? That's what this is essentially. You just have to climb a couple of poles to fucking grab a briefcase. But barely once was like everyone in the ring. Is really strange how they go about a battle royal now and no one's in the fucking ring. Weird. I got to a point where everyone was kind of hitting their finishes on one another. Yuya Uemura with help from Joe and Joya. That's so fucking horrible. They grab case number 4, play keep away from Sammy before Yuya gets out of the ring to claim it officially. PCO chokeslams Jai Vidal after a hilarious spot where Jai was trying to flirt with him, and PCO gave him the most confused look in the world. Good stuff. PCO then got eliminated by Callahan with a huge bump off the ring apron. He did it to himself again, man. It got wild toward the end. Macklin ended up grabbing case number 2. Rhino came out, hit the gore on Steve Macklin. The case went flying, and who catches it? Moose. It was a pretty crazy ending to the match there. Let's move forward. Why get aggressive? Chris Sabin, interview with Gia Miller. I've never really been big on Chris Sabin on the microphone. He talks about his opportunity at the X Division title against Leo tonight. Doesn't respect how Leo went about winning it. You babyface. Stock standard interview. Let's move forward. Tag team match. Team 3D, the reunion. Tag team match. Bully Ray or Brother Ray and Brother Devon take on the Desi Hit Squad, which is Champagne Raj Singh. Still pop for the name Raj Singh. Now he calls himself Champagne Singh. what a cockhead. And Rohit Raju. 4 minutes, 55 seconds this went. The reunion we've all been waiting for, man. This is special, and it might be the last time we ever see them team together. It was always surprising to me that this was announced since Devon's stroke a few years ago, so I was hoping he would do well. Team 3D get a good shine at the beginning. Crowd was super happy for Devon to get that tag in. Singh and Raju got a little heat on Bully Ray before the hot tag to Devon Dudley, who was trash talking and hit some fantastic offensive moves, including a very impressive jumping shoulder tackle. You still got it. You still got it. Devon, of course, had to get the tables. You know what? I was surprised he hit the Wazza headbutt, although he only did off the second rope. That's okay. We'll let it slide, Devon. It's okay. They hit the 3D after setting up the table. They get the pinfall victory. This is all it needed to be, everyone. I think it was Raj Singh. He got powerbombed through the table, and the crowd was stoked, bro. Let's move forward. Josh this segment. Josh Alexander is seen walking backstage as he kind of runs into the Impact Tag Team Champions, the Rascals, and they're eating pizza while sitting on the floor. Josh tells them to clean it up, and they make fun of him and talk about how he looks 10 pounds lighter because he's not got the title anymore. So he grabs Trey Miguel's bag and throws it down the hallway, and they get up off the ground. They get all pissed off at him in his face. And I'm like, that was stupid. That's really the best you can come up with, guys, to start off some sort of issue between Josh Alexander and the Rascals. Who eats pizza sitting on the floor in the middle of a hallway? Find some chairs and a table? Who does that? Oh, they're just such rascals. They're such rascals that they had to spell the end with a Z. Z, wherever you're from. Okay, let's move forward. Let's not get forward. Josh Alexander now comes out for an in-ring promo. He grabs a mic, and I thought, is this designed to kick off an angle heading to Bound for Glory? Of course, he's called out Alex Shelley, the Impact World Champion, who looks schmick in his suit. Alex doing good heel work here. You know, he takes credit for Josh's success for helping building Impact. So if it wasn't for Alex Shelley helping build Impact, Josh wouldn't have a job. Alex totally heals on him. And of course, Josh brings up Alex's run, but that he lost to Josh last year at Emergence with his first shot ever at the Impact World title. Then the Rascals come out and attack both Alex Shelley and Josh Alexander. Josh lays them out for a second, stares down Alex, wanting him to join him in taking care of business right here. And then the Rascals lay Josh out again, and Alex backed away. Very nice. Josh cops a beating. Like, what a horrible end to your day. Let's move forward. Getting close to the end here, ladies and gentlemen. Rascals backstage with Shark Boy. They were laughing, all happy about what they had done. Excuse me. Carrying their titles around, of course. Carrying their titles around, having a laugh together. Who does that? Who does that? They didn't go out there with their title belts. They ran out there without them. So they went backstage. They went and found their belts. And they put them on. And then they started laughing about what they just did. These fucking wrestling companies and having the wrestlers carrying their titles around. Shark Boy books Trey against Josh for next week. Then Santino shows up, showing very much a lot of pride in Shark Boy. Then Kenny King rocks up with Sheldon Jean and is screaming at Santino, and it was popping me how mad Kenny was. wearing sunglasses inside at nighttime, I'm assuming, wanting a shot at the digital media title. Let's move forward. Tag team match here. Frankie Kazarian and the original knockout Traci Brooks taking on Alisha Edwards and Eddie Edwards, 8 minutes, 32 seconds. I thought this was going to be fun, and it was fun. I like the start with Alisha slapping the mouth of Traci Brooks, who gave her a receipt, let's just say, and Alisha went down like a sack of shit. It was wild already. The match was interesting because there's heat on it. You know, here's the thing. I'm proud of Frankie Kazarian. He's wanted to finish his career here on the right note. Best part of the match was Frankie had like rolled up Eddie Edwards, and then Alisha ran at him, and as he hit a Northern Light suplex on her whilst he still had Eddie in a pin, as he was about to utilize that move, he yelled out, "You stupid bitch." And the crowd really liked that. I've rewound it 3 times. Traci comes in like a house of fire, whooping Alisha. Traci ends up in a dramatic fashion, hitting the fade to black to win the match. And I've forgotten what a fade to black is, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm guessing Kaz and Eddie will battle once more at Bound for Glory. Leah Rush's interview after this with Gia Miller, not bad here, but hubba Gia Miller. She's so hot, man. Her voice is hot too. Everything about her is hot. Tommy Dreamer. Oh, I didn't even say anything about the interview. Not a bad promo here. Yes, Leo did a good job here. I'll give him some props. I didn't mind what he had to say here. Tommy Dreamer with a promo. He talks about becoming the digital media champion and how he's going to be a fighting champion because he wrestles at least 200 times a year, which I find hard to believe. Not at this stage, but anyway, you never know. Maybe he's right and I just look like a fucking idiot. Impact X Division Championship on the line here in the main event of the evening. Impact 1000, Leo Rush, Chris Sabin, 16 minutes, 2 seconds. During Leo's entrance, he was on the turnbuckle and he turned and screamed like a grizzly bear into the audience. And I thought it was really weird. It was really weird. We know that I'm not a big fan of Leo Rush's work. I don't know. It's impressive. It's very flashy. I'm sure Jackie Chan would find it fantastic. I guess the angle here is Leo's got Sabin's number and it's been frustrating Sabin into making mistakes and overexerting himself in trying to get back at Leo. It's something different, right? Sabin was playing possum though at one stage there. I did like the beginning of the match where Leo had his number, then Sabin was playing possum. Possum. Now the tide will turn as Sabin finds a way to get into Leo's head. Sabin hit the clothesline from Hell, Michigan, and then a cradle shock and Leo Rush kicked out, bro. They got me a little bit there. But, the fans again. I wish they would just enjoy a match and stop thinking they need to start, this is wrestling, and fight forever chants. I watched Taka Michinoku versus Triple H the other day and also a Sting versus Diamond Dallas Page on Nitro for the World title from back in the day. And I just saw the fans in attendance just being fans and enjoying what they're seeing and reacting to what they're seeing and not thinking every fucking 30 seconds, oh, now we should do a chant. Let's do this chant this time. Fuck. Just stop it. I know you're having fun or whatever, but you're not obliged every time to do these chants. This is not them. What the fuck is... I don't want to hit anyone. Okay, I don't want to hit anyone, but I do want to tip my drink into your lap, okay? Fuck. Leo hit a final hour. Sabin kicked out of that, which was expected. It's got to be tit for tat. Tip. Stupid. Look, I've been working all day and I've been doing stuff for this channel all day at the same time. 2 jobs in one day. Okay, so anyway, it was good to see a pissed off side of Chris Sabin here. He finally hits another cradle shock, becomes X Division champion for the 10th time. Wow. As Booker T would say, wow. Oh, gosh. 10 times. Well done, Chris. You done good, kid. You done good. Everyone gets in the ring and celebrates with him, lifting him onto their shoulders as we go off the air. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that bloody lovely? I hope something horrible happens at the end of the next episode to, keep things, keep the yin and yang in check. Keep it 100. I don't know what I'm going on about anymore. Very enjoyable show. Bit of nostalgia whilst looking at the new era of Impact. I look forward to the second half of the celebration next week. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, like I give everything lately. Middle of the road. Some cool moments. You know what? Okay. Because of the Dudley boys, because of the Pops, because of Frankie and Traci versus Alisha and Eddie, because of G and Miller's eyes, I'll give it a 7.5. Okay. I'll give it a 7.5. You're very lucky though. All right. Slightly better than a good show. There we have it, everyone. My review here of the 1000th episode of Impact Wrestling on the WZWA Network. Remember, after we're done with this, the Impact Wrestling reviews will be on our Patreon. $3 a month. If you want to keep seeing my reviews of Impact Wrestling, $3 a month. $3 a month. I don't know how much that is a day, mathematically wise. I can't figure it out. Is it $3? Will that mean it's 3 cents a day? Yeah, 3 cents a day. 3 tens are 30. So 3 cents. 3 cents a day. Come on, man. No, is that right? Can't be fucking bothered, man. But yeah, look, $3 a month for it. You also get reviews of MLW Fusion that Jooseyboy does. I do reviews of NWA Power and NXT at NXT Level Up. So give it a whirl. Give it a try. You never know, you might like it. Thank you for joining me again. Karlifornia, WZWA Network. Check out the WZW Slam Society, and we'll see you down the road. Thank you.
Network, that's the way we play. Good God Almighty. Network, that's the way we play. Get puppies. Network, that's the way we play. Get.
The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.